Hello, peace and blessings. I'm Giovanna, the Spiritual Love Healer, and today I have a very special deck that I want to share with you. I received this deck yesterday, and I sat down to record like an in-depth unboxing because I have not done one of those in a while where I really sit and show you like the whole process from start to finish that I do with a deck. And every time I sat down, something happened that either I needed to stop or there was an interruption, and then my camera died. So it was just like, okay, I'm not supposed to share this. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna come back, share the deck because it is absolutely beautiful and just holds a special place in my heart. And just kind of share it with you so that you can see and appreciate the beauty of these cards the same way that I do. So this amazing deck that I call Goddess, well, the deck told me its name is just Goddess, is the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck created by Abiola Abrams, an amazing, phenomenal goddess coach and author. She is the author of African Goddess Initiation as well, that dives deeply into the magic and medicine of the goddesses contained in the deck. So this book has sacred rituals in it for self-love, prosperity, and joy, and it is filled with wisdom and so needed and so appreciated. And to have this deck to go along with it is even more amazing and magical. So I did open the deck yesterday and I went through my clearing process. I actually used some incense smoke to clear the deck because is what felt resonant at that time. And because I store my decks inside their boxes 90% of the time, I also cleared and cleansed the box as well. So inside of the cover, there is this beautiful inscription that said, "You called upon the goddesses and the goddesses called you. You are being called to bear witness to your own joy, magic, and power. Will you heed the call?" And I am saying a sacred yes from my core to heed the call of the goddesses and to really step into my own magic, my power, and my joy. And I'm super grateful to have this deck here with me to do that. The next step after I clear and cleanse the deck is I actually take the cards out and I have this connection process that I go through. It's like an energetic clearing and connection of myself and the cards and just kind of forming a bond with them. I also love to go through the guidebook, and I do read the entire guidebook before usually diving into the cards. That's always been like my traditional process because I have been playing with so many decks lately. I have kind of gotten away from that. And so one of the things that I am being more intentional about is getting back to my basics with decks and everything else. And that means reading through the amazing guidebook. And why I do that as part of my practice is because, especially with independent decks as well, but especially with oracle decks, because each deck has its own magic. It is its own universe. It's its own language and symbolism and meaning and intention that's put into the deck. So by reading through the guidebook, it helps me to understand the deck and work with it better. So it's like we're speaking the same language because I understand how it was created to be used. So I love that this deck is created using temples, which are suits, right? So there's the Temple of Ancestors, the Temple of Conjurers, the Temple of Warriors, the Lovers, the Griots, the Queens, the High Priestesses, the Threshold Guardians, and the Shadows, which are illumination cards. So inside of the guidebook, there's also a blessing that you can do. And my favorite part of looking through the guidebooks is discovering any beautiful spreads. So there are some amazing spreads. I'm very interested in the Council of Elders spread, which is a 5-card spread. So that's one that I cannot wait to explore and dive into. And then it gets into the card meanings. I love that it has the image of the card there. It tells you what temple you're in and the card number, the goddess's name. Then it says what the goddess is a goddess of, their country. So again, these are African goddesses that come from all across the African diaspora. So they're from different countries, different regions, and it's a beautiful, beautiful coming home and coming together and connecting of beautiful African goddess rising energy. And I love that the name is called African Goddesses Rising. Like that in itself is super powerful. So it gives a little summary about the goddess. And again, inside the African Goddess Initiation, look at that. There's so much more information available about the goddesses. So then there's the goddess guidance and embodiment of the card, and then a goddess declaration, which is like an affirmation to help you really embody and integrate the meaning of the card. So there are 44 cards in this deck. Again, it was created by Abiola Abrams, and the artist is Destiny Powell. And these cards are beautiful. The colors on the cards are rich and amazing. The detail just, they are so beautiful. I shared, so I did look through the cards yesterday and connect with each card, but I'll kind of share what I do with it. So I'll flip through the entire deck and I'll look at the card. I'll pay attention, and they have like my little fingerprints on them. And I just pay attention to any detail and notice like what stands out. I love the richness of the blues and the purples. And you can see the different seasons in this card because Nana Baluku is the goddess of seasons. And so I just sit and I look at the card and I just kind of connect in with its energy. I thank this beautiful goddess and just say hello in my own way to like really connect with it and kind of understand like just the energy and welcoming it into my life and into my practice. So I go through this with each of the cards. And I'm just looking at this one again. It is so beautiful. I really love the colors. Here's another card. This is Mawulisa, Cosmic Power. How beautiful is that? I love her afro. Her high afro puff, I should say. So the cards are beautifully illustrated, rich with color, heritage, culture, and beautiful African goddess energy. These cards are so beautiful. That is Mbuya Nhanda, Radical Rebirth. That's probably my second favorite card in the deck. Sarah Lakali, Divine Lineage, Divine Legend. Then we have Marie Laveau, Good Juju. Ngame, Desire. Mojaji is Manifestation. This is a card that I'll probably be working with a lot as I birth the Abundance Code Collective, which is all about helping you heal your heart and your mind and live abundantly ever after so that you're able to manifest the love and life that you desire and deserve. And we have Ma'at, Giving and Receiving. Tanit, Pleasure. I love this beautiful belly dancing and all of the purple and the gold. Seven Sisters, Creativity. Look at the beautiful colors. All the colors of the rainbow, just so beautiful. I love their outfits. I love their dresses and just so powerful and beautiful. Then we have Oya. I love this card as well. She is the goddess of storms. I love her energy. Atete, worthiness. Sekhmet, wounded healer. Asaya, joy. This card is so beautiful. So, so beautiful. I love how you can see the lunar phases around her crown. Satira, brazen. Jumbi, masks. Long Bubby Susie, shame. I talked about this card on my Instagram. And I'll probably do a separate video about that. But this card has a very, very special place in my heart because this is something I'm super familiar with. And I love that this was integrated into the deck because it's not something that has to hinder us or keep us feeling small or feeling unworthy. Then we have Aunt Nancy, betrayal. Spider energy, I love it. Sokuyant, scarcity. That is so beautiful. Gang Sarah, resistance. Medusa, rage. Memlambo, self-sabotage. Ojuna, fearless love. That is the beautiful image on the box. I can't believe I think I'm going to get through it this time. Yay! We have Katesh, sacred lust. Urzuli Dantor, etheric chords. Bakumo, soul forgiveness. Look how beautiful this card is. Allah, grief. Mamiwata, naked. That is so beautiful. I love her mermaid tail. And the colors under the sea, that's so beautiful. Yasigi, live out loud. Mama Jumbo, shine. Mame Kumba, Kumbang, speak up. I don't remember all the pronunciations, so I apologize. Noonday truth. This is beautiful. Look at that reflection. It's clear. That's such a beautiful card. And I just got the low battery thing again, so I'm gonna finish up this. Then we have Queen Nandi, intuition. Absolutely stunning and beautiful and regal. Queen Sheba, secrets revealed. Queen Mother Nani, liberation. Yes, 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 yes. We've got Queen Nefertiti, alchemy. Queen Ya, Asantewa, level up. Yemaya, awakening. And Kosana, celestial alignment. So beautiful. Yaizan, miracles. Abonimba harvest. And one of my favorite goddesses, I set surrender. Surrender. Yay! So we got through all of the 44 goddesses in the deck. I guess hopefully I have a little bit of time because I want to talk about Long Bubby Susie. In the Temple of Shadows. So in this beautiful, beautiful book, we're going to look at the Temple of Shadows, which is our inner monsters. And again, this is the African Goddess Initiation, Sacred Rituals for Self-Love, Prosperity and Joy by Abiola Abrams. It talks about the blessings of shadows. So Long Bubby Susie, again, is the shadow of shame. She comes from Garifuna culture, which is Central America. And the fear is being broken and ugly, right? Anytime that we, feel shameful energy, it feels like something's wrong with us. Nobody's going to love us. We're just damaged. We need to hide in a deep, dark corner somewhere. And the energy of that is, I am protected. So there is this passageway that talks about my journey as a single mother. And the fact that this card is card number 19, like when I saw that, it moved me deeply because when I was 19, I became pregnant. I had my daughter after my 20th birthday, but I was 19 years old when I conceived, and that was not received well at all. And so I'm going to read a passage. This is from page 165 of the African Goddess Initiation book. And to be completely honest, it was a bit jarring to have so much light shined on this for me, to be the embodiment of shame, right? But here's the thing, that's not shameful at all. And that being associated with Long Bubby Susie, being that was healing in itself for me. One, because she is a Central American goddess, which is where my mother is from. Two, because it allowed light to shine on my shame, which made it not shameful anymore. It actually helped me to transmute that energy. And so I thought that was really, really a beautiful thing. So it says, I have met so many incredible women with gifts to share who are afraid to be seen. You, my goddess sisters, have shared with me that you are afraid to be seen when you feel ugly or fat, when you're not as successful as you think you should be, when you feel ashamed of things not working as planned. When our goddess temple sister, Jovhannah Tisdale, became a single mom at a young age, her community said, "You're a whore. No one will love you. You ruined your life. You should have had an abortion. That's what you get for having sex." The shame was overwhelming. Goddess Jovhannah says she was broken, scarred, afraid, depressed, stressed, and living her worst life. She felt like she didn't have a right to leave her abusive relationship. Then when she shed the shame, she shed the struggle. She had to face her shame and the shadows of the fear-filled beliefs keeping her stuck. She now helps other single moms find freedom as the spiritual love healer. Just because you believe something does not mean that it's true. Don't believe everything you think. Challenge your own beliefs, especially those about yourself. I cannot tell you how powerful that is. Pay attention to the chatter running in your mind. Is the voice inside you cheering you on or beating you up? Does your inner voice tell you that you are not enough or that there is no hope for you? Are you willing to release these ideas about yourself? Be curious about your shame. Ask it, where did you come from? Instead of collecting evidence and making a case for how awful you are, make a case for how wonderful you are. Have compassion for yourself. You deserve it. Spend time on self-care and soul care. Powerful. So, ironically enough, right? Shame, something that's so dark and heavy and ugh, it's ugly, it's not sexy, it's not empowering, but it can be when we choose to illuminate it, when we choose to meet it with love, to find the medicine in the pain. And that's something that I had to learn to do. And even in being part of this project and connecting with Lung Bubby Susie, that helped me heal other layers of shame and that I probably was not even aware that I was carrying. And it just was so transformational for me. So seeing that this was actually card number 19 was a very, very powerful thing for me to experience because it signifies something really important to me. And it's beautiful because now I can look back at when I was carrying the bulk of my shame, when I was living in fear, when I was dealing in the darkness, and I can see how I navigated through that, right? And even navigating through it, getting to the other side of depression, of being abused, of dealing with shame and feeling like an outcast from my community. I can look back and see the ways that those things grew me. And I know that the things that people were saying then, the way that I had been treated and the things that I experienced are not who I am. Therefore, there's nothing for me to be ashamed of. And so I like to say, especially with our negative emotions, that we can use them as like as signposts to say, hey, like there's something over here that needs more love. There's something over here that needs some attention versus walking around feeling shameful. Like the book says, like when we say like, why do I feel this way? Where did this come from? Do I believe this? Is this true for me? When we start to investigate our feelings, that's where we can take our power back. That's where we can find healing and medicine and growth and potential in those dark places. I also shared today about obsidian. Obsidian, do I have it out here with me? I don't. I think it's on my altar. But obsidian is a great crystal to work with when you're feeling shameful feelings, when you're feeling anger, fear, or shame, any of those negative emotions. Obsidian is amazing to work with. It's known as a psychic protection stone because it helps to pull negative energy out of your energetic body. But on top of that, it also works to help you understand where these limiting beliefs are come from, why you're feeling that way, so that you can take responsibility for how you're feeling and start to take steps to release that and start to develop new habits and new thoughts about yourself. So it's super powerful crystal and one that works well when dealing with shame. So I want to give honor and thanks to Goddess Abiola for the healing that she provided me, for including my story in her sacred work, and for creating this beautiful, sacred, amazing deck with African goddesses that look like me. And I got a second deck so that I can gift it to my oldest daughter because I think that she absolutely needs this in her life now. I am just ever so grateful and look forward to doing my first reading with the deck. I have not done a reading yet because I wanted to share my thoughts about the deck before shuffling up the cards and connecting deeper into it and then pulling my first card. So I'm very excited about this. Congratulations, Goddess Abiola. I love you. Thank you so much for your wisdom, for your magic, for your medicine, for your gifts upon this beautiful earth. And I hope that everyone, if you are in need of some goddess guidance, these tools right here are amazing and perfect. I highly, highly, highly recommend them. Along with Goddess Abiola's other book, it's called Sacred Bombshell Handbook of Self-Love. That book changed my life as well. So I know that this is just going to help me propel to my next level in life And I'm so grateful. I'm going to go. I love you so much. I'm going to include Abiola's links in the description so you can go check her out, support, add these tools to your collection. And I will see you again soon in deep gratitude. Peace.